Hi. So, how do you get yourself to do stuff? I mean, we all have days that we just wake up and we don't feel like doing it. We know what we're supposed to do, but we just don't do it. How do you get yourself to do stuff? Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Brownlow, founder of Adept Psychology, the author of Emotions in Psychology and Psychotherapy. And this question came up today, actually. I was talking to somebody I'd been helping a little bit in a group I've been running. And he was telling me his story, and it was about how sometimes he procrastinates, or he knows what he wants to do, but he knows he ought to do it, but he can't get himself to do it. Or then some other times he'll take off great guns doing stuff, but then he just loses enthusiasm. Maybe that day, maybe the next day, maybe 6 months down the road, he just kind of wakes up. It's like, why am I doing this? And he quits. So there's a point in this. And the thing is that most people try one of two different ways to do stuff. One is they rely on motivation. Well, motivation's based on how you feel. And how you feel actually changes pretty frequently, like every 30 seconds maybe, sometimes more quickly than that. How we feel will change. And so you may wake up and you may be really motivated to do something, but then you don't really feel like it after a while, and you lose motivation. And maybe next week you wake up and you feel completely different. Today you're excited. In a week, maybe you wake up and you just kind of nauseated or anxious or something, and you're not motivated. Clearly that doesn't work. So then what most people do is they fall back on number two, which is willpower. And what all the researchers have discovered about willpower is, first of all, willpower exists. Second of all, willpower takes a lot of effort. And third, you have a very limited supply of it. Typically, first thing in the morning, you have the most willpower. You'll just muscle through whatever. By the time you get to about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you don't have a lot of willpower left. It's like, whatever. Okay? And so that's what happens. If you're relying on a finite supply of willpower to get something done, in the long run, there goes the dog. In the long run, it won't get done. Okay? And if you rely on how you feel, it won't get done. That's the dilemma. So how do you make sure it does get done? Well, that's real simple. You look at what you value. You look at who you are. You look at what you love to do that brings value to the world, and other people love it when you do it, and you go do that. Because that doesn't depend on, I have willpower, I can force myself to do it. It doesn't depend on, I don't feel like it today. How you feel has nothing to do with who you are. Let me say that again. How you feel has nothing to do with who you are. What you do has nothing to do with who you are. There's nothing you can possibly do that will make you more of who you are than you are right now. Nothing. But if you find ways to fully express and realize who you are, and you spread that in the world, you don't have to worry about motivation, because it's very easy to be you. And it feels good. It feels good to us to be who we are, and not who somebody else maybe thinks we ought to be, or who we want to pretend to be so that other people will like us. If we're who we are, then we feel good, and other people feel good about being around us. And it's very easy for us to stay on track with that. And if that person, if we're really who we are, then that person adds value to the world. And it adds value in a very unique way, because we're each unique people, and what we bring to the world is unique, and who we are is unique. And if we're expressing that uniqueness, it's easy to stay on track and to keep doing what we know we need to do, and what actually ends up serving ourselves and mankind the most. So I'm Dr. Stephen Brownlow. If you've gotten anything from this, if this has sort of clued you into something, scroll down, leave a comment. Tell me what kinds of things you've tried to get yourself to do what you want to do. Or tell me who you think you are, who it is that you are realizing you are right now, and what you add to the world. But whatever you do, whether you scroll down or not, as you consider this, just remember the power is in you. It's always been in you. And it always will be in you.